Okay, let's start an opponent for me. I want today to play, let's play Blitz to try to raise the rating. Okay, let's create a game. Blitz, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and no, it will be rapid. 4 seconds, 4 extra seconds per move to have time for making a move. And okay, let's try to find an opponent. Random color. Okay, who will take me? Great. My opponent's rating is high. I think he's a strong chess player. Okay, let's go. C4, knight f6. Knight c3. I'll try to play King's Indian defense. Okay, g3. After g3, I think I have to play. I have to choose which variation because it will not. I can't make King's Indian after g3, bishop g2. Okay, let's castle, then I will decide. e3 is going to play d4. I think for me it will be okay to play d6 and c6, then to or okay, let's play d6 then c6. But how to develop this bishop after that? Or c5 maybe. c5 and knight c6. It's still opening, that's why. I think I need to think about development of my pieces. But where to put this bishop? I don't want to put him on d7. Knight c6. If he plays d5, I need to play knight a5. Here, if bishop g4, h3, bishop f5, or immediately bishop f5, we will play e4. No, I don't like this idea. Maybe to take it first. She takes d4, it takes d4, then bishop f5. Okay, let's try. 94. And bishop d7. I guess this move is normal here. Then I must play a6. Right now, or maybe at first queen a5. Okay, let's first play queen a5. How to continue from here? Maybe to take on d4, then bishop g4, or a6, rook b8. Let's try, and then rook b8, and to try to trade, and then to play b5. Hello, have a nice day too, thank you. The problem is that I don't see my chat in the main page. I see only in the platform Streamlabs. Every time I have to enter to this platform and then go back to Lichess main page. And I don't know how to change in the settings to see the chat in the main page. Okay, I think immediately taking on d4 will be wrong. So at first, let's try to play rook b8. To be ready with all pieces, and then to trade and to play b5. But there is my pawn on e7 is hanging. I need to think about this pawn too, how to protect this pawn. Maybe at first to play. Can I play e5 somewhere? If he takes, I think I'll take with the bishop to trade twice squared bishops. Oh, but now I can't because there is my pawn on d6 will be in a hang. So here I have an interesting variation with this move. I will lose a time. Or at first to take, then to play bishop g4. No, I guess bishop g4 immediately. or at first knight e5. Let's play knight e5 at first, then to try bishop g4. I want to simplify the position because I have no space. H3. Will b5 work for me? b5 takes, and after f4, I have to go back. Knight c6. Okay, I have no time how to continue to take, but there I will lose a pawn. Okay, let's get ready with this rook too. So I have no time. I have to play faster. If f4, I'll go back knight c6 to try to trade some pieces to simplify the position. But my main idea, I want to play b5. I want to push this pawn. Mhm. Okay. Okay, let's play h5. I can't play b5. I can't play bishop g4. How to continue? How to simplify the position? I don't see. Maybe somewhere to sacrifice on h4. I think I can try to sacrifice. f4, I have to go back. If takes, I will be happy taking on c6 and opening this line. Knight d5. I think I need to take. If takes with the pawn, with the bishop. Okay, maybe at first. Okay, let's play e6. And then to take. I think it was okay, takes. And then after queen b2, I have to go back. And I think I will play d5 after going back somewhere g2, d5. There are so many weak squares I have. If I can trade the queens, okay. Can I win a pawn here? Queen a4, or it will be very dangerous move. Okay, let's try. If queen e5, then queen b3. It's a very difficult position for me. . If rook c7, if rook c7, I can take with the rook b3, queen f6, queen e5. Let's play queen b3, rook c7, and then bishop e8. Can I trade the queens? So here, okay, takes, check, maybe check from h8. Let's try. I have very passive pieces. So queen g7, no, queen g7, okay. Let's try to, oh, I could force trading the queens, playing f6. Okay, a5, a4. He will win my rook, or I can protect her. Bishop b5, queen c3. Let's try to activate my queen. How to force queen straight? Queen b4. After king f2, maybe queen b4. Let's take here. Let's take here. Let's take here. And then let's take here. It's a good position for me, finally. And let's try to force queen straight. But how to do that? Queen c6. Okay, okay. Let's activate our king. Then to push my pawns. There is no danger, I hope. Check. And to try to push my pawn this pawn top. a3. Let's close. Okay, let's close. There is no danger. And then to try to go forward little by little. King h6. Okay, finally. It was very hard game for me. Thank you. Thank you. Two. Great. Let's try to. How is my rating now? I raised for 6 points. It's okay for me. I am happy. Okay. Okay, let's try to find an opponent for rapid 10 plus 5 seconds. Oh, again, I have very strong opponent. And let's choose Sicilian defense, c5. Knight c3, c6, sorry, b4. I hate such moves because I don't know anything here after this sacrificing. I don't know how to continue. And every time I promise myself to learn how to play against such moves. I don't want to take. It's psychologically very hard for me to accept such sacrificings. But maybe it's okay, and I can take this pawn and to have an extra pawn the whole game. Of course, I understand that after taking, my opponent will have a very powerful center, and I understand that I need to crush this center. Sorry. Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. Have a good game. I understand that I know nothing in these positions. So how to continue? You want to play c4? I'll take knight b5. Okay, I see. I have to go back. d5, and you will win a piece if I take on d5. Okay, I see, and I have to go where? Sorry. If knight e5, then bishop f4. If take, you will win a piece. I'm losing here. I knew that I needn't take on b4 to have an extra pawn, but I didn't expect that I will lose so faster. Knight e5, bishop f4. How to protect knight d7 with this knight. Okay, after this game, I'm sure I will learn this continuation after this great lose. Can I keep the position or I can't? It will be very hard. It will be impossible, I think. If I take and then to play e5, it will not work for me. So I have to play f6. Such an ugly position for me. My God. King f7, knight e6, queen b6. Let's try. Knight e6, queen b6. How to save this position? Queen b6. And yes, I see that in one move I will lose. I will lose a very strong piece. He will be in a trap. Can I hope that my opponent will not find that move? But I had nothing there. Queen b6, queen e8, it's the same. Yes, he found it. So I have to resign here. There is no useful move to save my queen. So I think there is no meaning to continue here. Okay, congratulations, I resign. Thank you. Great game. I will learn that continuation for sure. Okay, let's try to. Mhm. Where? From here, maybe to try to find an opponent. Here, 10 plus 5. Great game. You played very well. Thank you for the game. Oh, I can't find an opponent for me. No one wants to play with me. So, okay, let's try to solve a puzzle. Let's try to figure out what's going on the board. A last move for white was rook b1 and what they want to do with which idea they played rook b1. The first move that I saw it was knight e4. Knight e4 with such idea and here also. White has an extra quality and an extra pawn, so that's why I need to I need to create an attack, very fast attack. So I think knight e4 is the best move here. Knight e4, check, how to continue for white. I'm sure that moves are these moves are wrong because of discovery check, but I don't know. I'm not sure from where. Here is king e3 for sure. Knight f2 with winning the queen. King e2. After knight f2, they will close with queen e3. But I think after king e2, I can take the pawn with the check. So knight e4, king e1. Can I check from here? Discovery check. And no, after king f1, if I take, they will take, and it will be a position in favor of white, because again, they will have an extra pawn. I think after king e1, I must find something stronger than knight c3. Maybe knight f2, and after queen e2, after queen e2, after queen e2, I don't know how to continue there. Knight e4, king e1, knight e4, king c2 also, rook f2 will win. If king c1, then if king c1, how to continue there if king c1? Maybe again rook f2, but after rook b7, no. No, I don't like that continuation. Knight e4, king c1. I can check from here. Queen c2. No, queen c2 I can't take here because of this closing, and it will be check for my king too, and it's forcing trade for the queens. Okay, I still think that knight e4 is the best continuation. Knight e4, king c1. Knight e4, king c1. Maybe queen f4, king b2, and rook b8. If king a1, then king e5. If king a2, my queen is on f4, knight on e4, rook on b8, white king on a2, and there I can take on f2 or not. Queen f2, king a1, and there is nothing there. Or no, I can check from f6. It's also a good variation. Okay, knight e4, king d1 also will not work because of this fork. Knight e4, knight e4. I think the best continuation for white is king c1. There I was calculating this move, queen f4, king c2, queen f2. Yes, they can't go back because I will take on g1. They have to play king b3, and there again knight c5 with the fork. I'm starting to think that knight e4 really is the best move here. Hello, sorry for late answer because uh, duel, what does it mean? It means to play. I don't see the chat in the main page. Every time I have to enter to the Streamlabs platform to read the chat. That's why sorry for the late answer. If you want to play, please send me a challenge. Okay, send me a challenge, please. 15 plus 10. Let's play 10 plus 5, if you don't mind. Okay, here I'm sure that knight e4 is the best move. Yes, on king c1. And here I played queen f4, right? Queen f4. What if they close queen e3? How to continue there? Sorry, user. Uh, oh, okay, let's play 15 plus 10 as you want. King c1, if queen f4, queen e3. I think I was wrong when I thought that queen f4 is the best move there. Maybe really queen c5, queen c5, queen c2, and then queen g5. Queen c5, queen c2, and then queen g5. Ah, okay. My username is, if you see my name and surname, Anna Hayrapetan. Do you see on the desktop? King c1. Okay, now I'm starting to calculate this move. Queen c5, queen c2, then queen g5. If king d1, then rook d8 will work. If king b2, then rook b8 will work. If immediately queen g5, then queen e3. So I'm sure that queen c5 is the best move, yes. My favorite opening. Я не русская, я армянка, но на русском могу разговаривать. На русском намного лучше, чем на английском. For white pieces, for white pieces, I always play d4. Very seldom e4. Queen c2, and I'm sure that queen g5. Yes, great. Finally. Okay, to play e4? Okay, I will play e4. No, I'm not Ima. I am WIN, Women International Master. Without W, it's a man international master. I'm women. But okay, for sure I will play e4. Если вы хотите, вы можете на русском задавать вопросы. Я отвечу на русском. So, is it you? Fifteen plus 10 seconds. Is it you? У меня русский намного лучше. Английский, уровень английского B1, B2. Но я хочу, конечно, улучшить. Но русский намного лучше. Я чувствую себя более свободно, когда разговариваю на русском. Okay, I'm accepting. Okay, e4. I promised to play e4, but you have a really high rating. d4, knight c3. Okay, neither variation. how to continue here. I remember in my childhood I was playing bishop e2, but I'm not sure that this move is strong. e5. Okay, here I know that knight b3, then castle, and then bishop g5, if I'm not mistaken. Immediately bishop g5, let's try. Will I lose something? Bishop g5, knight e4, bishop e7, knight c3, bishop d8, knight d1, and bishop e7. I guess everything is okay there for me. Ну, спасибо большое, но английский действительно очень сложно мне дается. Русский, я армянка, я не русская, но русский язык у нас дома всегда присутствовал. Мы дома очень часто разговаривали на русском. Сейчас я еще работаю на русском, то есть у меня все ученики практически из России и русские по всему миру, так скажем. Поэтому русский язык намного легче мне дается. Ну и, конечно, русский язык очень красивый. Для меня самый красивый язык. So, okay, bishop e6. I know in this opening I need to use the square d5. For that I need to take on f6, but I don't want to take immediately. Maybe at first to be ready with the all pieces. Maybe at first queen d2. Да, я работаю тренером. Так я отдыхаю, то есть стримами отдыхаю. Ну, уроки тоже, можно сказать. Во время уроков тоже отдыхаю. Работа с детьми очень приятная. Queen d2. And I'm going to transfer my rook to this semi-open file. Can you play d5 right now? I know in this opening that your plan, your main plan is to push this pawn, to open the center, and to have a pawn in the center, and I will not have a pawn in the center after d5. But I was not sure if d5 would work there. So here, rook d1. What if you play knight c5? I'll try to take on f6. Okay, let's try. Спасибо, да. Я только-только начинаю. Сегодня мой третий стрим. Я очень рада. Я вчера очень рада была, счастлива была. Прям у меня там 5 смотрящих. Как это будет правильно? 5 человек, которые смотрели за моим стримом, следили. Я была очень счастлива. А сейчас уже 5 подписчиков. Спасибо большое за подписку. I'm studying very hard to become a qualified player. I'm studying 4 books at a time. There are not many tournaments this year, only 2 or 3 are being played. One of them, the famous Capablanca. I love Capablanca so much. I watched the film about him. I love his games. His I start chess on great. Chess, the most interesting game in the world. Rook c8. Rook c8. How to continue here? Maybe king h1. Trying to go somewhere safe place for my king, and then try to push the pawn. You want to sacrifice your rook on c3 and then to take on e4. Am I right? If rook c3, queen c3, knight e4, bishop e7, queen e7. Okay, I'm ready for that sacrificing. I love to sacrifice myself, but I hope after this sacrificing it will be okay for me there. I don't like my knight on b3. But how to make better his location? How to transfer him and where to transfer? I would like him to be in e3 to try to get d5. Yes, Petrosan style. If I'm not mistaken, Petrosan liked to sacrifice his rook um, on d6 on odd posts. But okay, he was very powerful in sacrificing the rooks, the quality. Okay, take on c3. Take on c3, rook c3, queen c3, knight e4. I'm going to take on e7 and yes, you can take on. You will have quality back. Knight c3, bishop d8, knight e4, bishop c7, or c7, or e7, sorry. Knight c3, bishop d8, knight d1, knight d1. And then I can take rook d1, you will take rook d8, and I will take on d6. And it will not be an equal, yes, it will be an equal position. I mean, material will be equal because I took on d6 and you took on e4. So difficult. If I take with the pawn, we take c3, knight e4, bishop e7, knight d2, bishop d8, and you will take on f1. Okay, so it means, can I take immediately on f6, bishop f6, bishop f6, if you take knight f6, I'll take with the queen, knight e4, and I have a quality against the pawn. Of course, you will have a very powerful center after d5 too. But I hope I can find something there. Bishop f6. Let's try that continuation. Yes, I agree with you. I am very far from his strong analyzing. He was playing very strong. Queen c3, knight e4, and now, no. If queen b4, trying to take back the pawn, is it fork? Queen b4. If you try to play d5, I can take on b7. Is it dangerous for my queen? Let's try queen b4. I hope he will not be in a trap there. But how to protect the knight? d5, d5 will work for protecting the knight. But after that, I can take on b7. And then to try to take on a6. If you go back again, I will take on b7. Knight c5 will not work because of the pin. And you can play also f5, protecting the knight. But again, I will take on b7. d5. I think this move is stronger than others. Queen e4 will not work. Okay, I have to take on b7. I hope I will not lose my queen. a5. How to simplify the position? Oh, I can take this pawn here. If you take, I take on e7, you take on a2. It's a simplifying. I wanted to simplify the position, but maybe to try to simplify in other way. Maybe bishop f3. If bishop f3, knight c5, I will take and then take on d5. If bishop f3, knight d6, I can go queen a6. Okay, maybe really bishop f3 will be bishop f3, knight c5. Okay, let's try. Or you can play f5. I think after f5, at that time I can take on a5. Queen takes a5, queen takes e7, and there is your bishop on e6 is hanging. Maybe that's why f5. At first glance, it seems that f5 is a good move. Knight d6. Good decision. Knight d6. I think I have to play queen a6. Queen a6. I want to take on a5. And you can play there. Knight c4 will work. Or queen c6. Maybe queen c6? I want to win this pawn on d5. If queen c6, knight c4, then I can take on d5, right? If queen c6, you can play e4 at first. e4, but okay, I think there I will have a square outpost on d4. But really, I think e4, it's a good move here. I have to go back bishop e2 and then try to use these squares d4 and c5. d4. Okay, d4. It was mistake. You want to you want me to press take back? Oh, okay. Let's go back. e4. Okay. Okay, it's okay. No worries. But I thought that d4 was also a good move for you. Okay, let's continue from here. Because after d4, I thought that I have no useful square for my knight. Only the square c5. But now I have d4. d4 opens like, yes, I agree with you. But I thought that it was better to give an open diagonal for my white squared bishop than to give these squares. Maybe I am mistaken. So difficult, such a difficult position. I think that here, of course, I need to take to simplify the position. And now, of course, I need to protect my pawn. But how to protect? To play c3 or to play knight d4? Maybe at first to play c3, you will play a4. You can play a4, knight d4. Or okay, let's play knight d4 immediately. Or c3. I don't know how to continue. Okay, let's play c3 at first. If a4, knight d4, Somewhere I need to play f3 because your pawn on e4 is very strong. a4. Of course, I need to play knight d4, a3. Very interesting variation. If I take, I have to take, right? If I take rook c3, and then to try to push the pawn, rook a3, a5, and I guess you can't take there. a4, rook a3, a5. I think you can't take there, rook a5, because of this fork, knight c6. Oh, but you can take there on a2, and after knight e7 check to play king f8, king f8, and you will take back a piece. It means that I'm losing my pawns there. So, okay, again, let's try to calculate again. a4, rook a3, a4, rook a3, a5, rook takes a5, knight c6, rook a2, knight e7, king f8, knight d5. I forgot that I have an extra quality. If I take there on d5, you take on e2, and I can play knight f4 with a discovery attack. Knight f4 attacking your rook and attacking your knight. Okay, let's try that variation. But if you win my two pawns, rook a3, a5, rook a2 at first, a5, rook a2, knight c6, maybe knight c6 immediately, knight c6, bishop f6, and knight c6, bishop f6, and bishop b5 to try to play bishop b5. Or, or right now, knight b5, rook a4, knight d6. No, it also will not work for me. Okay, if a5, rook a2, a6. Let's start. Let's continue this variation a5 and a6. Let's calculate one more time. Rook a5, knight c6, rook a2, knight d7 check, king f8, knight d5, rook e2, and knight f4 with discovery attack. Am I right? If you take on a2 at first, then a6, bishop f6, bishop f6, and there, I think bishop f6 is strong move there. a6, rook a2, rook a2, a6, sorry. Rook a2, a6. Or, oh, I found an interesting move. If rook a2 immediately, then maybe I would play rook a1 at first. Bishop f3 is 6 is much more interesting move than rook a2. How to continue a6 immediately? a6, rook a2. Here is the difference between immediately rook a2 and bishop f6. Bishop f6, of course, stronger than rook a2. After rook a1, yes. Yes. Yes, you're right. So how to continue? a6, rook a2, rook a1. You will take, and then bishop d4. Or maybe I have to take here on e6, and then to push a6. Yes, I think I have to take, or at first a6, then to knight c6 will not work. Or knight c6, a6. Okay, let's play it first. a6, rook a2. Can I play knight b3 here? Rook a2? No. No, it's also a bad move. How to continue here? Okay, I need to play a6, I think. But after rook a2, I don't know how to continue. Maybe to take on e6, and then to try. No, at first, if I take on e6, then f takes e6, bishop g4, king f7, bishop g4, king f7. Here, I think I have to play knight b5. But again, it was an awful move. Such a difficult game. I was sure at the beginning that rook c3 will not work, but I was mistaken. Yes, rook a6. I don't know how to continue here. Maybe knight c7, rook a5. Knight c7, rook f5 to take, or maybe immediately f3. Okay, it will not work. So now I need to think how to keep the position, not to lose. Yes, yes, he's very strong. Knight c7, and I have no time. It was with extra seconds, right? With 10 seconds per move. Um, can I take? Was it blunder? I thought you will play rook a5, bishop g5, and knight e3. How to make a draw here? How to make a draw? Maybe g3 to block and to open a window for my king. And then to try to trade the rooks. Okay, I need to take here. You will take with the bishop, and then to play rook c1, I guess, rook c1. King f7, and let's play rook c6. How to not to lose my rook? I need to trade white squared bishops, I think. Now I want to understand how to make a draw. Can I make a draw here? If I play bishop c4, bishop c4, if you take knight f5, or at first knight f5, then bishop c4, bishop g4 at first. No, I think I need to take on f5, then to check from c4, and to keep my rook far from some checks, some forks. And rook a6. And there are some feelings about my king. After e3, I don't want to get checkmated. King g2. Oh, I didn't know about that. I will analyze his games. Thank you. H5. Okay, let's check some time to have an extra minutes. If I check from F7, oh, I can make a draw here. I can force a draw here. I think that I can't win here, so I will be happy for a draw. Rook F7 and then to take. With different colored bishops, I can make a draw. So let's force the draw. I'm lucky to make a draw in such position. Okay, so how to continue? Only to stay? Okay, let's stay and wait. And to try, can I try to trade H3? And let's take and wait. I think bishop d1. It's a draw. Oh, bishop f2. Okay, let's take. At first I thought to take on g4, then I decided to play this variation. Okay. Don't you want to make a draw? Do you agree with the draw? Okay, great. Thank you for the game. Thanks. It was really a very interesting game. I will analyze this game because really at first I was sure that Rook c3 will not work, but maybe really I was mistaken. So, okay, thank you. Thank you everyone. I have 4 viewers. It's great for me. Okay, I see. You didn't see the draw button. Okay. Thank you for the game. Thanks all of you. I hope to see for the next time as well. Thank you everyone and